Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. I'm Black Belt Bobman. With me is someone who's stuck with me even through
Seer.
the darkest of times. Darkness is going to be a reoccurring theme. So let's talk a little bit about this game while the intro movie plays. Which, by the way, this intro movie is basically the entire plot condensed in like 4 minutes. Also, parts of it, like this, are ripped directly from the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix secret movie, which was called Birth by Sleep. And anyway, so this game was released in Japan after Birth by Sleep came out at the beginning of 2010 in Japan, and then it came out in like November or September in 2010 in America. And much like Kingdom Hearts 1, they added a bunch of nice, they added some stuff and cleaned up the graphics a little bit and did some things in the American version. And then, only a few months later, I think it was in like February or March 2011, they released this Final Mix, which added in everything that the American version added in, which was stuff like I said, the graphics were cleaned up, there was a new boss, a couple other things that won't make sense until we actually get to the game. And then in this, they added some extra little kind of mission things in each world, which I will be showing. A bunch more bosses, three new bosses, and
This sweet remix of the song for the very first game.
that was already in the that was already in the original. And then what was the other thing? There's like there's a couple other there's a couple new mechanics related things, which we'll be getting to.
I'm looking forward to it. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a good game. Plot is a little bonkers, but
Well, I hear the plot is pretty important. Wasn't this almost a PS2 game?
I don't know actually.
I thought I heard it was. Or at the very least, you told me that what's his name? Nomura said that this was basically Kingdom Hearts 0 in terms of overall plot importance.
Right, game is as important as a numbered title. Unfortunately, Nomura is not very good at getting that across with just the game title. So, I'm using a translation patch, so stuff's going to be in English, thankfully. Let's start a new game. I'm playing on critical mode. Critical mode, in this game, what it does is you take double damage. You deal half damage to your opponents. You have half HP. But the flip side of that is you start with more command slots, which we will get to, and you have the 0 EXP ability, excuse me, from the beginning, which if you want to do a low-level game, that's the only way to do it, which is retarded, by the way.
Show off.
I would never do a low-level game. That yellow window that popped up was if you have a Japanese Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep vanilla save that's 100% complete, you unlock something very early on in this that normally you don't unlock until the end of each character's story. So as you can probably
I've got Birth by Sleep Rocky Road in my fridge. Will that work?
No, it's a different.
Damn it!
It's a different. No, I don't think there's actually an ice cream for that. Oh, this game involves ice cream, as do all the other ones. But for reals, ice cream's like a thing in this game. As you probably noticed, there's like 3 main characters. You play through each of their stories, and then they intertwine and interlock, and in the end, some crazy shit happens.
Well, we'll be seeing that pretty soon, right?
Pretty
They
soon.
get into that pretty quick. But for now, oh look, this is kind of familiar.
This is a very important scene. It's very important.
So I'm gonna talk over it.
It's kind of weird to think that they would put this incredibly important scene right at the beginning, which you probably will only see once.
Japan.
This world is just too small.
There, you see, an empty world, like a prison. I imagine you will be right at home.
Who's there? But this is... Why are you in my heart? Yeah. That was my light. But my heart is fractured. And now, the little I have left is slipping away. Huh? Right. Thanks. Open the door.
A keyblade.
Nice shirt.
Yeah, in the middle of his chest there is the Mark of Mastery emblem. I guess it's like the Keyblade Master
A
emblem.
meteor shower.
Oh, why would we have that?
Well, as we will soon learn, he lives on a world that... Hold on, we'll see the name. The name's coming. Here it is. Ah, there you go. The Land of Departure, which is where new Keyblade Masters are trained. So that's why that symbol is important. The reason it also says the text at the bottom is because obviously this is a Japanese game with a translation patch, so that text would have said Land of Departure in Japanese, which I think actually has its own Japanese name, as opposed to it being like katakana, which is just for loan words. So instead of having a loan word, instead of just being like,
I can't see much from here.
rando,
Goddamn light pollution.
departure, or whatever.
Can't see the fucking meteors.
There's too many little glowy lights. Do they have electricity? I'm so confused.
No, they just have light.
They just have magic.
Light and darkness. You know.
He's apparently really offended by
I got
these
time to spare.
circle things. He's like, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you, you hanging pendulum. I hate you. This is like the most basic tutorial where it tells you how shit works. I mean, if you've played any other Kingdom Hearts game, almost all of this is going to be very familiar.
He's rocking the Force Unleashed
You want
stance.
a piece of me too?
Oh
Reverse
yeah, the
Keyblade.
reverse.
That obviously means he's extremely cool and unique.
Yeah,
Like
well, I
everybody
mean,
else who holds a
that's
sword
when
backwards.
you're using like a short blade. That's definitely a good idea. So with commands, so everybody you get commands that you can equip that do different things: magic, physical. Each character has their own unique commands, but there's a large chunk of them that are shared among all three. That's all gonna be covered soon. But so when I said you have more command slots, you can equip 5 commands at the beginning of the game, as opposed to, I believe it's 3 if you're playing on beginner, standard, or proud. The reason they do that is to offset the ridiculous difficulty of critical. It's really not that hard though. It's really hard early on, but if you know how to get abilities really quickly, then it stops being hard. Abilities, which you know from previous games, which all had them, are tied directly to commands.
Why does it
So
seem
that's
so
again something we'll go over
familiar?
soon. But right now, some
And like
plot is happening, I think.
any good game out of Japan, the first hour is completely dominated by cutscenes.
Oh yeah, this video is almost all cutscenes.
Whoa! Give me a break, Aqua.
Then, you hopeless sleepyhead. You know, you should have at least brought a blanket.
But did I dream that place up? It really felt like I'd been there before, looking up at the stars.
Except you've always lived here with us.
Yeah. I know. Hey, Aqua.
Hmm?
You ever wonder what stars are? Where light comes from?
Well, they say.
That every star up there is another world.
Huh?
Terra.
Yep. Hard to believe there are so many worlds out there besides our own. The light is their hearts. And it's shining down on us like a million lanterns.
What? I don't get it.
In other words, they're just like you, Ven.
What does that mean?
You'll find out someday, I'm sure.
I want to know now.
You're too young to know now.
Quit treating me like a kid.
Hey, what are you laughing at?
I can't help it. You two would make the weirdest brothers.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Tara, you and I have our Mark of Mastery exams tomorrow. I made us good luck charms.
Whoa.
Here.
I get one too?
Of course. One for each of us.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, there's this tree with star-shaped fruit. And the fruit represents an unbreakable connection. So as long as you and your friends carry good luck charms shaped like it, nothing can ever drive you apart. You will always find your way back to each other. Technically, I think you're supposed to make them with seashells. But I did the best with what I had.
Boy, sometimes you are such a girl.
Hey, what do you mean sometimes?
So this isn't a real good luck charm?
Well, that's yet to be seen. But I did work a little magic on it.
Really? What?
An unbreakable connection.
Well, tomorrow's the exam. Anybody want to spar?
I can take you.
So you can already see with Tara, I'm trying to block desperately. He is a lot slower than Ventus. So here's another mechanic. That bar above your commands fills up as you hit hit enemies. And you get a finishing move if it fills up all the way. But there are also command styles that if you use, depending on what type of commands you used when you filled up the bar, you turn into different styles, which give you different kinds of attacks, different finishing moves, different elements. It's pretty cool.
So it's like if you build a long enough combo, then you
Right.
get access to additional moves, and you can choose what those moves are.
Yeah, depending on what is in your deck. So I generally base my deck around what what command styles I want. That's a shot lock. Shot locks are pretty fucking broken. They're incredibly powerful. You're invincible while they're going on too.
And I'm sure you'll be abusing those handily.
I try not to abuse shot locks too much because it kind of sucks the fun out of the game. So I've kind of played as Tara and Aqua a little bit, so I'm going to play as Ven again. Because he's pretty fun to play as.
Now this isn't like the like when you choose like sword, staff, or shield.
No, this is just, you can...
This is just to screw around.
It's like practice, basically.
Alright.
So, if you want to, you can kind of get used to playing as each character before you start the real game. So, and yes, this is just the intro. We will never be playing this intro again. Ventus has a lot of Strike Raid type commands, which is that move he just did where he threw his Keyblade. Aqua gets really high level powerful magic that's hilariously overpowered. She can steamroll the game. It's pretty fantastic. And then Tara gets a lot of really brutal physical attacks, as well as like I said, some sort of earthy type things, and maybe a few other
Time is right. You just need to look inside
other
yourself, and you'll find
types
it
of commands.
He also gets a lot of shit for
He
being
also,
dumb.
he's
But we'll see that later.
He's an idiot. Yes, he trusts people too much, and it's bad. Command board is something we'll getting to later, but just know that there's a board game that you can play in game to power
Oh,
up your
boy.
commands. Oh yeah.
That's never a good sign.
No, it's fantastic.
Are there Mario Party style minigames in this board game? Can I play bumper balls? Whatever.
No, but there are tons of mini games in this game, and each one is going to have its own explanation video, explanatory video. I don't know.
Hey, we're gonna head back.
Yeah, me too.
Together. Always.
That would be the last night we ever spent beneath the same stars.
So this is basically the end of the intro. Next time we will actually be tackling the For Reals game.
Sounds good.
See
See
you
you then.
then.